You're obviously not game planning, doing installations of that nature. What are you trying to accomplish in the second day when it comes to just teaching football?
Well, we get more of the offense and defense in. That's first couple days, especially when we're in no pads, we spend more time installing the offense, defense, kicking game. So heavy installation day, and then we'll get out and play a little bit more when we get the shoulder pads on tomorrow.
Day 2, what was your takeaway from day 1?
I thought the veteran guys looked pretty solid, and I thought the new guys looked the opposite of that. Looked like hell, basically.
Is it important for the new guys to come along just in terms of the overall operation of fall camp?
Well, certainly. You know, the farther we can bring them along, the faster, the better our depth's going to be. So they're competing for playing time. We expect them to be swimming a little bit, but we want them to catch up quick.
Yeah, the tight ends are a group that made a physical impression, at least to me yesterday. They all looked really good. I know that's a group you brought the position back, but now in year 2, especially with guys with experience like Deming, Rensvold, Bingham, what do you expect out of that group, and what do you think of just how they look right now?
Well, they look good physically. They had a great offseason, all of them. They're all workers, so that all that time in the weight room should show up, and it does with that group. We've got to keep recruiting that position, and I don't have any assessment on the young guys yet, but keep recruiting those guys. You can never have too many of them.
Mentioned recruiting. Obviously, you're a great recruiter. Do you pride yourself on having the amount of depth at the positions that you have at depth right now?
Well, I think it's key for both short-term and long-term success. So we just got to keep going. We're getting there, but I wouldn't say we're there yet.
Angel Villanueva on the line, guy who changed his body a lot. What do you want to see out of him during the fall?
Well, we just want him to increase his level of play. He's committed to improvement. I think he's down about 40 pounds, which is helping him. And it's a big fall camp for him.
Is that left guard spot one of the more up for grab ones?
Well, they're all up for grab, as you know. But they're all up for grab. So yeah, that's up for grabs.
You mentioned Angel's weight loss. There's about 5 offensive linemen that lost some weight, but they're still all over 300 pounds. So do you like the fitness that they came in with, or where do you stand on just still being able to be big even if you are a little bit more fit?
Yeah, I think you almost have to get out of the mindset where guys are trying to gain in this day and age. All the high school kids think they have to be 300 plus, and most of the time when they come in, over 300, there's a handful of them that this isn't the case. There's no absolutes, but most of the time when they come in and they're 330, 335, they're not fit, and we need to be fit enough to move our feet and compete and knock people around. You would notice.
Sorry.
Dalton had a lot of good things to say about Cy Sermon at the center position. They just talk about what it's been like for him finding a home at center and what you expect from him.
Well, Cy's a good athlete. He's very athletic for an offensive lineman, which is what you look for. He's grasping more and more of it, and playing center is just kind of the next step in his evolution. I think we had some film time last night, and he's grasping everything really well.
With a couple of transfers, you have a ton of guys listed in the secondary right now. What did those transfers bring in, and what's the level of competition right there?
Well, I don't know what they bring yet because I haven't seen them enough. So we'll see. We need to see if they can get on the field now or later. That's TBD. But they can run. They've all got good coverage skills off the film we evaluated them on, and we'll see how fast they can step it up to compete for playing time.
Jace Lewis kind of bided his time behind Josh Buss last season. What are your expectations for him as he kind of takes on a bigger role?
Well, there better not be anybody biding their time anytime around here. You better go compete. So I wouldn't necessarily agree with that assessment.
Yeah.
But Jace split time with Josh last year, and was a productive player, and he needs to keep going. You expect guys to be better as juniors than they were as sophomores, so hopefully he plays better.
It seems like among the wide receivers, you have guys that can do different things at different body types and heights and things like that. Is that kind of what you want in a wide receiver group, like a bunch of different guys that can do different things, or does it really matter to you?
Yeah, I mean, you get 3 Calvin Johnsons and throw them out there, then you can do that. But that's not real world, right? So you get the best player you can, and we plug them in. Certainly, excuse me. Certainly, we don't want all little guys, but you know, the smaller in stature guys that have some quickness and some explosive ability have a place in this offense.
Sammy really came on towards the end of last year, and obviously, a big-bodied wide receiver. What would his development, if he continues to go on the arc that he's showing, would do for the team?
Well, he had a big year. Again, I talked about improvement. You expect to improve through your career, and that doesn't always mean you get more catches or more touchdowns, but you can play better. He's going to draw some attention this year, but he's earned that. We'll see how it goes.
What's the next step for being able to get pressure off the edge for you guys' defensive front?
More speed. Yeah, that's it. More speed.
Do you feel like you added more speed with the addition of the transfers?
Yeah, I think we're faster. I do. I think our younger guys are faster than the guys who were veteran players last year. There's 2 parts of the game. There's the run game and the pass game. You got to be able to stop both. So again, it starts up front. The better those guys play, the better we'll be on defense.
Pride yourself on all 3 facets of the game. Talk about what you hope the special teams takes coming into the season.
Well, as usual, it's a lot of new faces in there. You guys work their way out of that a little bit. And, we're not going to play our starters on every team. Certainly, some people do. We don't. But we need our young guys to come along and perform. Those are a lot of one-on-one type matchups, and you have to prepare yourself to win those. And that's what we'll be working on these next couple of weeks with some of our younger guys.
You guys were so good at rushing the passer. I mean, Montana just in general was so good at rushing the passer for like a 15-year span. What do you remember about the teams your first time around in terms of being able to put pressure on the quarterback?
Mike Murphy and Crow Bierman won a whole bunch.
Yeah.
If you're a good pass rusher and you get singled up, you got to win a percentage of the time, and that's what it is. You got to be able to win one-on-one matchups.
With the evolution of offenses in college football, guys are getting the ball out of their hands so much quicker. So how much has that changed just how quickly an edge guy does have to win?
I mean, it's a relevant statement. Quarterbacks are running a lot more. Nobody takes the ball from the center and does a 7-step drop anymore. So things have changed. It's changed how offensive lines play. What would you say the most important position on the O-line is?
Left tackle.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
There's no blind side on the deep drop anymore. So it's it's sort of an irrelevant deal.
Do you think it's harder to rush the passer this day and age?
Well, the ball gets out quick in a lot of offenses. You're not going to get there. You still can knock them down and make them make bad throws and all that. This goes back 25 years though, and people at the advent of the quick game, the 3-step drop. If you read 3-step, oftentimes you pulled off your pass rush and got your hands up. That still probably holds true somewhat today. So I don't know. Sack numbers depends on how many teams you play that'll drop back and how much they're going to throw.
In spring, I know you can assess a lot of this, but is there still time here early in camp for young guys to be moved around in terms of the position that they're actually going to play that you want to develop them in?
Yeah, I mean freshmen or?
Yeah, I mean freshmen, redshirt freshmen, guys that might see time potentially, but presumably limited.
The redshirt freshmen are probably where they're going to be, unless we have a bunch of injury. But the true freshmen, certainly they'll move around. They'll move around clear through the spring, I imagine.
Josh Egbo put on social media that he had ACL surgery. Do you have any update on his recovery that you could share?
Yeah, we don't do any injuries.
Good.
Yep.